What's up, guys? Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're doing good. Today, we're back with some more Valheim update news. Today, Iron Gate have finally shown some actual in-game footage of the Deep North biome. I don't want to waste any more of your time, so let's just jump right into it. So today, Iron Gate released the latest development block. This is where they regularly showcase what they're currently working on in the game, and usually we just get images and stuff. And we do have an image that we will talk about later that is in this blog post. However, the big thing in this blog post is actually this video. So what we're actually going to do is I'm going to play the video for you guys right now without commentary, and then we're going to watch it back in slow motion and see if there's anything interesting to talk about. So without further ado, here's the video showcase in this blog.
The Deep North. The final obstacle before I can prove myself worthy. The trials have been many, and so have the deaths. I have lost friends dear to me. But at last, I am here.
All right, that is actually it. So not a super long video, but still very cool that we finally get to see the biome in the flesh. So let's actually watch this back now in slow motion and without sound, so we can actually discuss what we're seeing going on here. So in the last couple of blog posts about the Deep North, we have actually seen images teasing some of these trees and stuff. And I think that's actually one of the more interesting things that we can actually see going on in the background here. So it kind of looked like before that some of the trees might have been bending due to it being very windy, and perhaps there's going to be some kind of extreme wind conditions in the Deep North. But actually here we see that they're actually very still, and it seems to just be sort of a creative choice, an art style, if you will, that some of these trees actually are just very bendy and weird and sort of looking like they're almost like falling over. We can see it happening over here as well. So yeah, interesting to see the art style kind of come together. Obviously, we see that there's all of these icebergs that's actually currently already in the game. And something that I'm immediately thinking when I see this is like, I don't know, I feel like the render distance in the game is actually bigger than this. So I'm actually wondering if it's actually supposed to be very foggy, or maybe it's the snow reducing the view distance, or is it possible that the biome's actually gonna sort of have like lots of small islands before you actually get to the mainland? It could just be a particularly wavy coastline. When you see this angle in particular, like it could kind of just be like a wavy coastline, but it'd be kind of interesting if the shape of the land is just going to be these sort of scattered little islands before you get to the mainland. So I feel like that kind of does fit with the sort of floating platforms of the icebergs here. There is some kind of shape over here. It's not super clear what this is, but it could be some sort of a structure. And again, you can see there's like smaller trees that are like bendy, and then this one's straight. Then we've got some larger ones. So some of these trees do look like they're just ripped straight out of the Black Forest as well. So I'm wondering if they're placeholder or if it is actually just going to be like that. And then, of course, we get the close-up here where we see it does just look like kind of a frozen Black Forest, especially when you see it up close. So it's kind of a cool and interesting vibe, pretty bleak, but I'm hoping there's more detail. I hope it doesn't just look like a frozen Black Forest. I'm hoping this is very early and there's something more interesting to the biome. Speaking of which, let's talk about the image that they actually provided as well. So this is the image that was in the blog post. Obviously, the interesting thing going on that we've seen so far in the Deep North is the Northern Lights, the Aurora Borealis that we can see in the sky here, particularly standing out at night here. It's looking super cool. I think this biome is going to be particularly interesting at night by the looks of things. And again, seeing all of these trees at different angles, some bendy ones, some straight, definitely does seem like a creative choice. And at first, yeah, it just looked like it could have been windy or something. Something that's also worth mentioning about this news and about this blog post as well, which is actually important if you want to stay up to date with news on the Deep North. They do actually state here that in the next blog post, there'll actually be another short episode. And this one is actually titled Part 1. So it's looking like Iron Gate are at the very least planning to release another one of these. It's not super clear how many parts there's going to be, but it could be a recurring series for a while. I don't see them doing this every single blog post until it comes out, because I think we're a while away. And this is the kind of thing that, like, you know, it is work for somebody at the company. So I'm assuming we're going to get like a few episodes now and maybe a few episodes later on down the line to show off more of the biome. But anyway, there it is. Not a ton of stuff to say from my perspective, but just some interesting things to actually show you guys physically that we actually have in-game footage of the biome. It's real, it's coming. I'm super excited about it. I hope you are as well. Of course, I'll always be the most excited by the fact that this biome is supposed to mark the 1.0 version of the game, and therefore we might actually get an ending, and that might mean we can do some cool speedruns, finally racing towards credits. So that's always what I'm going to be most excited about with Deep North. But what are you most excited about? Let me know in the comments. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and a nice positive comment down below. Subscribe for future content. You can support the content on Patreon. Until next time, have a good one.